It is wildly improbable that any of this should work, and yet it is one of the coolest experiences that any of us get to do in our lives, and probably why most of us are still doing this. Asking all of these organic beings that have their own lives and their own worlds to show up at a gig at the end of the week and all play the same song with the same intensity and vigor and spirit as any other given night, that's asking an unreasonable thing. It is all essentially trying to help create that reproducibility in the great experiment of playing music with other humans. One other concept that I definitely want to talk about on this channel that occurred to me recently. I heard in a podcast that one of the biggest problems with the social sciences research is issues of reproducibility in experiments. That it turns out that there is a big problem with an inability to get reproducible results in a lot of these social science experiments and research. And of course, like everything, I try and relate it to music. And what are we trying to do for a lot of us on stage night after night? It is reproducibility. Reproducibility. We want to be able to create the feeling, the sensation, the spirit of a song night after night. We are organic. We are playing in an environment that is organic. You know, you think, well, these are steel wires and magnets, and there's an amplifier speaker with paper and magnets. Like that should be the same night after night, right? No. Air pressure is different. Temperature is different. Your attitude is different. You can never step into the same river twice. You can never step onto the same stage twice. What does that mean? In the saying you can never step into the same river twice, the water is moving. The water that was there when you stepped into it yesterday is not the water that's there today. But you're also not the same person. Maybe you're wearing the same shoes, but maybe you're not wearing the same socks. Maybe today you're barefoot. Maybe you lost a shoe. You're not the same person day to day that walks onto the stage, but it's an issue of reproducibility. Can I get past that? I had a fight with my significant other today. Can I get on stage, put that out of my mind, and play this thing the same way I did the last 3 gigs? Now, multiply that by however many people are in your band. I need 4 people to show up to a different room every weekend and play as if they don't have a loved one that's sick. They didn't lose their job. They didn't stub their toe this afternoon. That they, didn't get too much sleep or not enough sleep or whatever it is. They didn't get a sunburn from going to the beach and having a great day the day before. Asking all of these organic beings that have their own lives and their own worlds to show up at a gig at the end of the week and all play the same song with the same intensity and vigor and spirit as any other given night, that's asking an unreasonable thing. This issue of reproducibility is also one of the things that makes musical performances an exceptional human experience. If you understand that it is an exceptional human experience to get 4 humans together with varying level of skill and energy and mindset on a stage to play synchronously some song that either they wrote or somebody else wrote that creates a feeling that is then conveyed to somebody else who maybe didn't even know there was going to be a band in the restaurant that night. It is wildly improbable that any of this should work, and yet it is one of the coolest experiences that any of us get to do in our lives, and probably why most of us are still doing this. I think that the idea of reproducibility as a bass player is a very inherent portion of what we do. A lot of times we are playing a 1, 2, 4, 1 measure, 2 measure, 4 measure groove that we want to happen over and over again to create a sense of stability that the other parts of the music can build on. It is all essentially trying to help create that reproducibility in the great experiment of playing music with other humans. It is Sunday, August 10th, about midday. I hope you are having a great summer. I hope that this conversation is helpful. If you did enjoy this perspective and philosophy on music and bass playing, you could like the video or subscribe to the channel. That would be helpful, and it also means that in the future, hopefully we could interact in the comments section. And otherwise, I love you and I hope you have a great day.